What's good, y'all? Today I've got another VOD review for you guys, and today I figured we'd start it off in the Discord server so I can kind of show you how it works and just how it looks when you're actually in here. So I'll have the link down in the description below if you want a VOD review done for yourself, but pretty much you'll just join the server, you'll go to the Zolful select section right here, and then I have a channel called VOD Reviews, and you'll just put your replay code, give me a hero that you played, and just a little description about like how it went, maybe what you're wanting me to focus on during the VOD review. But today we're going to be doing Kylo Ren's gameplay. Right here he says both replay codes were from today. I noticed that I have a lot of deaths on Magik. I felt really overwhelmed in the second game with the sheer damage and dive the enemy team was doing. Meanwhile, we had Rocket and Adam, so juggling between Peel, Dive, and Brawl was really intense. I would greatly appreciate it if you broke down what I did wrong in terms of my positioning, approach to the fight, and what deaths were good or bad. He says the second game is the one that he was really struggling on, so that's going to be the only replay code that I use for today, just purely due to time. But yeah, let's go ahead and get over into the Marvel Rivals. Alright, now that we're over here into the gameplay, normally I would go ahead and show you guys his career stats. He does have them limited, so I wasn't able to see his peak rank and all that different stuff. But this is I feel like a really low Diamond 3 game because there's a lot of Platinums in his lobby. So it's like a Platinum Diamond game. So it's kind of all over the place. I watched a little bit of it earlier and had to just restart because I was all over the place. So yeah, let's get into it. So I really like this starting position up here, and the first thing I noticed is they have a cap. Normally if there's a cap, I like fixate on the cap. You know, it's like my only job to try to just annoy the fuck out of him the whole game. So let's see what we do here. I really like this position. I really like how we go in for the slash dash here. This is really, really good. We're trying to stay for the cloak and dagger kill. My first problem here with this play is making sure you're always safe with your cooldowns. Right now you don't have dash up and you don't have a single stepping disc up. Even with one, it wouldn't be enough to get you far away. And you see that here. We die here. The only thing, I like how you get both supports though, but we are right on top of their spawn, so they're just going to be coming right back. And your team's back here getting all messed up. But the main thing here is knowing when you're, this is like a cooldown management thing. When you're in the back line that deep like that, you have to make sure you have two stepping discs to get out or a dash. You use both stepping discs and your dash while you're in the middle of the fight. So that puts you in a really bad position and makes it really hard for you to get out. This is going to kind of spoil my my cooldown management guide that I have for you guys. But a general thing you're going to want to stick to, whenever you're brawling in the front line, you want to use both stepping discs and your slash. Save your dash to get out. Whenever you're going for picks in the back line, you want to mainly use slash dash and then use your two stepping discs to get out. So those are like your general rules depending on what your playstyle is for that specific moment. So just kind of try to follow that. Okay, this is just really unfortunate, and then I think it's another just little small positioning thing here, and just paired with extreme Squirrel Girl hate. I hate Squirrel Girl, okay? But you walk in here, your team's getting beat up by Cap. Instead of helping with the Cap, even though he ends up just running away, but instead of trying to help out with the Cap there, we go for the group of 3 people, which just isn't a very smart choice, especially with the way that your team is stacked right now. Both your healers look really scared. They're up there at the top, and your Bucky's just getting beat the fuck up. Overall, just really unlucky play there. Small positioning choice. Could have made you stay alive maybe a little bit longer. Okay, so we get back to point here. Trying to find who we're attacking here. Not bad, not bad. Alright, real quick before we get too far right here, I think a big thing for you is maybe like right there you were hopping around targets a whole lot, not really doing a whole lot of nothing, and really not helping a whole lot of like anybody out a whole much. Holy, I can't talk. You weren't helping out a whole lot right there because you were bouncing around between targets so much. And I understand that it's hard to see exactly who you should be targeting in that moment. But a good thing to do is just try to get a good vantage point, bro. Try to get higher up than everyone else and just be able to look and see. And it really slows things down for you to see, like, oh, okay, this rocket's over here. Oh, this cloak just used her shadow to get over here. It's a lot easier to see things that way. So you're not just on this ground level, just, huh, huh, huh. You know what I mean? Like, just all over the place. This is a very tough game for you guys to win with the lineup that you guys have, and just it's a tough comp for you to be playing into. So all of these things are like real nitpicky things, but they are things that you should be focusing on. Good pick on the ult there. Okay. See here? We don't even give it a second. We don't even give it half a second after using literally everything we had, okay? And then we stepping disc into the fight. You see how that's a problem? You're going in with no cooldowns. There has to be a brief period. It's 6 seconds on the dash, or maybe it's 8 seconds, and it always just seems like 6. I don't know. It's 8 or 6 seconds for the dash on the cooldown. It's probably like same thing for the stepping disc. I really don't know. I need to look into that. But it's not that much time is all I'm trying to say. You could spend a little bit more time sitting back there where you were at and just get your cooldowns back and gather information. See who you're going to be going for next. Try to form a plan in that little bit of time. See, because right there, if you would have just waited, you had the surprise factor. You know what I mean? These supports weren't paying attention to you. They weren't ready for you. But because you jumped the gun and you have no cooldowns here to really be able to do anything, you kind of lose your surprise factor, and now everyone's looking at you and you're just now about to get your dash back. Good pick. I really don't like that stepping disc right there, okay? Nitpicky. She is one shot. Cloak is absolutely one. What are we stepping discing, like, stepping disc past her for? So we get Rocket here. All we had to do was swing our sword. Shit like that is important, bro. That cooldown being saved can do so much for you. It's insane. You've only got 4 abilities. Technically 3 abilities with 2 cooldowns. You've only got 4 uses. You have to be very, 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 very precise with how you use them. Right there, a simple sword swing would have killed her. She was so weak. You're just putting yourself in a position where you are constantly just starving for cooldowns, where you have no util up ever. If you'll notice, like, I'd say you probably never even looked at this before or even really thought about it while you were playing, but when you see it like this, you're gonna be like, damn, bro, I really be going in without shit. You know what I mean? I think a big thing you would benefit from, like I said, is just repositioning to somewhere where you have a vantage point, slowing down a little bit, especially after you use your cooldowns. Think about it in waves. Okay, so I use this push. Let me get out. All right, now I'm going to go in for another push. Let me get out. It's more defined on characters like Black Panther. You do spear dash, get out. And then you go back in, spear dash, get out. It's that same gameplay loop over and over and over. With someone like Magik, it's a little bit harder to see that, but it's still the exact same thing, where you're wanting to go in, try to do something. If you can or can't, whatever, get out, try to reset, and go again. Rinse, repeat. Yeah, let's get a good little stop on point here. It's just been a real intense fight overall. I like this positioning you got here. I'd be waiting on a lack in support for sure.
Only 60 seconds left.
The ego took over, bruh. You were looking at the cloak and you were like, wait a minute. Magic's right there. That's so real. Once again, we have no cooldowns to be able to capitalize off of these things, okay? Because we're just constantly go, 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 go. We need a little bit of slow down, a little bit of wait. It's 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Play to time your pushes with your cooldowns and things will be so much simpler for you, dude. I'm telling you. Yes, sir. Get a demon on that rocket ult. Bro! Look at the claws, bro. You come up so just barely short. Look at that swing right there. That's unfortunate. Hey, at least the thought was there. You killed Cloak and then you tried to get rid of the support ult, but you just come up a little short. Okay, small but crucial. Small but crucial. So you've got your Strange there with you. I don't know what the hell he's doing, why he's not playing up a little bit more. Probably because he's scared because there's no healers there. But something that you could have done a little bit differently here that maybe would have changed the outcome. I'm not really sure. Alright, so we get the good pick on Squirrel Girl. We're going crazy right here. We're going crazy. We get the pick on Magik. There's nothing wrong with this. The thing that I notice is your Strange has a lot of health here. There was another teammate back there. I'm not really sure who it was. I'm pretty sure it was a DPS. But, right here. What do? We have one stepping disc. Our team isn't playing up. And we stepping disc towards point, okay? Really small but crucial step here. All you would have had to do to maybe change the outcome is just stepping disc backwards. What I'm noticing about your playstyle on Magik is you always go, 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 go. Which is going to benefit you well once you learn to have that brief little break. That little break in between each push that you make. I'm telling you, after you watch this video and you start doing these things that I'm talking about, you'll be like, oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if it was just this game either, with the way things are going, but it just looks like a cooldown management thing. Ooh, we're just all over the place. No purpose, no cause. Right there, we're just swinging around. I understand we are solo. You're struggling with your team, but that does not mean that you have to play like a big dummy, bro. Does not mean you gotta play like that, okay? Make good decisions. So we go in here. We're already down a healer. We're down Strange. I know we're just trying to stall point. Right here, we're stepping disc. We're stepping disc to Squirrel Girl. And then we go over here. And then we go over here. And then we're thinking about going over here. Dude, telling you, slow down. Right here, right here, right here, right here. You stepping disc over to Squirrel Girl here. Only thing that you could have done here, use that bounce pad to get up to the top right there. Get you a good vantage point. Slow down. Figure out who you're attacking. And execute, bro. And execute. Now, it may have ended up the same outcome, but you would have looked way better doing it. You would have looked way better doing it instead of, oh, I'm over here. Oh, I'm over here now. Oh, I'm over here now after doing like 20 damage to each character. At least you would have looked better doing it. You know what I mean? At least you know you did everything you could there. You made the best decision that you possibly could, you know? And I think right there it would have been getting to a good vantage point off this bounce pad right here and just figuring out what you're doing. Form a plan. Takes a couple of seconds. Not sure what was going on there with that rocket. Nice, we see Cap coming in, we put a stop to him. I like that. We get rid of Cap real quick. I like that, dude. Anytime you got a Cap, get rid of him. You see him coming in, it takes 2 seconds to make that motherfucker run away. I like how he used dash to get out there. Okay, both support ults are up here. That's already a win, dude. It's already a pretty good win. You popped your ult, you got both supports to pop ult. That's already a win. Let's see what comes of it. For some reason, we're not trying to spam demon on that. We're just spamming the primary attack. Try to get a demon on that ult. Like I said, it was a win no matter what. No matter what happened, it was a win. You got both support ults out. Oh, gosh. I understand trying to stall. But something I keep seeing is you have a high ground point next to you. And I keep saying this, but high ground is just good for you to breathe for a second. You know what I mean? You get up there and you just kind of take your time. I mean, not spending days up there just watching everybody fight, but I mean, just take some time to be like, okay, so Rocket's over here. Okay, so Cloak's over here. Cloak just used this. I'm going to go in and try to do this. You know, like just try to form you a little plan. Figure out what you're going to do. And at least if you die, you know you had an idea. You had a plan. Right here, it looks like... That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. It just looks like we're just going crazy. And it's just because you don't have your team there, and it's just a really bad game in general, but... In games like this, you just gotta focus on what you can control. You know what I mean? You can't help that your team keeps dying over and over, really. I mean, you can in certain ways, but if your whole team keeps dying and you're the last one there every time, the only thing you can do is just try to make the best play that you possibly can. And that's just how you're going to improve. Just keep trying to make the best play over and over and over and over. Here, we hear Impervious go off a little bit late, but I would just be scared of that corner of hell in general. The point is still way back here, and you've got Squirrel Girl just sitting back there. While fucking she's got Impervious up here. I would definitely just be chilling. I would not have any part in that fight right there. Now, I definitely don't want you to take any of this the wrong way. I can tell that this is a rough game in general. I'm just trying to pick out as much as I can to try to help you out, especially in games like this, where maybe you could provide just a bit more value to be able to push your team over the edge, you know? I like that we're looping around for supports. I do not like that, though. I never like to see that. And it's crazy. I see a lot of really good Magic players and high-ranked players do this. I don't like the... Well, never mind. You go in and put a demon down. So that's not the same as what I'm talking about. But you do end up using dash there, okay? So again, it's just what I'm talking about. Whenever you want to go in for a dive like that, I would seriously only be using slash dash, okay? It's just too risky, and when you're that deep in the back line, you're not it's really hard for you to try to get out with just one stepping disc. And then we're just right back in again, right back in on the support's face. It's exactly how I was saying earlier. You have this element of surprise, you have this good timing, this good positioning, you know where you're supposed to be, but a lot of the times it's just you don't have the abilities up to be able to execute on what you're trying to do. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. That hits close to home, bro.
30 seconds. Us against the world.
I'll be doing that shit. Truffles. Why do you have to do this while I'm trying to record, cat? Huh? Ow.
Final 10 seconds.
Okay. Oh shit. Got them all right out of that portal.
Vehicle to its destination.
Holy hell, bro. Strange Wanda team up go crazy. I think we can just see what happened there. We were just super way up, super aggressive, and our team just wasn't quite there yet. I think a little bit of what's going on here is you may be a little bit tilted as well. You're playing with that anger. It looks like you're playing with anger right now. Oh yeah. Okay. Bro, what the hell? Did we just turn it on 2 times speed or something? You're playing so much faster now. I don't like that. The slash into stepping disc into dash is so scary. I don't like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, nice. Get the rocket ult down. Damn, bro. Just getting cooked on this one. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. So you immediately try to stepping disc over there to try to help with that strange ult. Yeah, this team is just kind of all over the fucking place, dude. I mean, seriously. A lot of what I'm seeing here too is I haven't really seen you frontline a whole lot this game, and it's always just dive, 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 dive. It's really important that you switch back and forth on Magic to get the full amount of value out of this character. We're doing a lot of just going for supports, 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 and you'll notice every time you turn around, you're up here, your team is back here. It's just how it is when you're going for dives, and that's why you gotta always save some abilities to be able to get out. And going for dives and stuff, it's a lot harder to execute in games than it is to just sit there and frontline for most of the game. So it's like 75% frontline brawl and like 25% backline like dive, you know what I mean? Like,
30 seconds.
or just an even 50-50 split. You just want to be going back and forth. And I think the way that you will get better and quicker at going back and forth is by managing your cooldowns better. I think it all revolves around this. So this video coming next Friday will really help you out, I think. I'm gonna talk a lot about just pretty much what I'm telling you right now, but I'll go a little bit more in depth in this. I like how we go to cover for the strange ult there, get the pick on him.
The final 10 seconds. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. And now it's almost there.
Nice.
Double kill.
It's hard to hit those dashes. That's good what you did there.
Come, my minion. Survive this.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, though. Okay, we died to that Scarlet Witch ult. But you did what I was talking about finally. Where you stop for a second and you're up here. You use a stepping disc right there just to get up on that platform, I'm assuming. But instead of just going right back in right here, take a second, dude. Just chill. Read the battlefield a little bit. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate we died to that there. But yeah, you did it good there where you got up to like a high ground, repositioned to somewhere that was safe. But you just didn't take the time to just sit for a second. You need to just kind of chill for a minute. Okay, so I'm not going to try to keep you for too much longer from where this video has already been so long, bro. But I hope some of this that I've said will help you out. Just to kind of summarize, I would really just focus on trying to stick with when you're going for frontline brawl, you want to be using both stepping disc and your slash. Keep your dash to get out. Whenever you're going for backline dives, use slash dash and keep your two stepping discs to be able to get out. You always want to have something to be able to get out. And if you stick to those guidelines pretty like roughly well, dude, your gameplay will just you'll just skyrocket, bro. Because overall, you got good mechanics and stuff. You're not a bad Magic player, but I just think you've gotten maybe in a groove where you're just like go 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 over aggressive all the time, and that's another thing too. Give yourself time for your cooldowns to come back, and use that time to form a plan of what you're gonna do with those cooldowns. That is all I've got for you today, brother. I hope this helps you rank up. If anybody wants a VOD review, make sure you join the Discord server. And if this helped anybody who is watching, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Also, I think a lot of you don't have the notifications on for me. So if you could click that bell after you subscribe, that would be pretty sick so you guys never miss a video. Um, got some big videos coming up. I got a Bucky to Lord journey style video coming up. I've got cooldown management video coming up, so just stay tuned for all that. But yeah, I really hope this helped you out, Kylo Ren. It's love. Peace.